I'd like to open by thanking Eileen Gobble, our secretary, for her service to the Cooperative. Unfortunately, she couldn't join us here today. She served us for 18 years. She was the first and only woman to ever serve on our board. She represented North Central at many meetings, including the annual legislative conference in Washington, D.C., which for the last few years I've taken over that responsibility now. Building those relationships with government leaders is extremely important. Eileen set the bar. She's been an excellent board member who came prepared for every board meeting and seldom missed a meeting. We had an excellent year in terms of outages. In fact, it was one of our best years in the past 25 years. In April, we celebrate National Lineman Appreciation Day. If you didn't catch it on our website, YouTube, or Facebook pages, we'd like to show you our Power League video featuring our line crews.
Our line workers are an important part of our overall employee team. They're essential to keeping the lights on. Without a well-maintained system, we do not have reliable electric service.
One of the most important parts of my job is to come out at night or after hours for a storm or an outage, a car wreck or any emergency fire, and to be there to either turn the power off in the case of a fire or turn the power back on as safely and quickly as you can for the members and the public.
Well, our linemen are willing to work under all kinds of adverse weather conditions, from extreme hot weather to extreme cold weather. Probably the worst situation we had was the 2005 ice storm, where they worked not only under icy conditions, low temperatures, but for very long hours at a time.
I like running outages, coming in on call. That's what I like doing, troubleshooting. I guess when it's 2 in the morning and 20 below, I like going out turning the power back on for people. That's why I enjoy doing it.
People don't understand how dangerous it is, and how close we are to it, and they should stay far away as they can, and we try and protect them as much as we can.
We have here at the Cooperative a well-engineered and well-maintained system, and I think our members appreciate that, which is why they consistently give us high satisfaction scores.
The members look to you as a lineman, as a co-op, as somebody on your side, and we are on their side. Everything we do is ultimately, in the end of the day, is for them, goes back to them as a part of the team.
We need to be sure that what we build out there is correct as far as capacity and follows design guidelines to meet standards. We also design it so the system is safe for our guys to work on it as well as the members who are around the poles.
Well, engineering pervades everything the Cooperative does. We really don't spend money on pretty much anything without an engineering plan.
I do work in the meter department, but I do a lot of other things. I take care of the spray for the substations, taking care of the weeds, and I fix security lights. I work with Pat Pfeiffer, working with the computers and substation stuff.
I like working outside as far as, and working with the people and other linemen. Besides doing the staking and talking to people, I suppose keeping the lights on. Working outages at night, it's the same thing. You make people happy by getting everything else done the way they'd like to see it done.
At North Central Electric, we are in the process of using survey crews to establish the global positioning satellite location of every one of our poles. We're almost towards the end of this multi-year project.
I think the hardest part of the job with the mapping at North Central is going to be just keeping track of all the daily changes. There's a lot of information that will be in the maps, thousands and thousands of poles and wires and things of that nature. So it's just a lot of data to keep updated so that it accurately reflects what's out in the field for our crews.
One of our longer-term goals is to completely eliminate the paper maps in our service trucks and go to complete digitized computer maps. that any of our employees can access in the office and actually out in the field.
So I think when the maps are complete and we're fully integrated here in the office, it'll give us a lot quicker response time to outages.
Once again, the Cooperative had one of its best years on record in terms of outages in 2015. There were 192 outages in 2015, down nearly 20% from 2014. The average length of time members were without power was just 45 minutes. It marks the second year in a row and fourth time in 10 years this statistic has been below 1 hour. Strong, consistent outage records don't happen without an established maintenance program. Only 20 miles or 1.56% of line date back to 1969 or earlier. About 58% of the Cooperative's lines have been rebuilt since 2000, so the system is in excellent physical shape. We often are able to utilize our supervisory control and data acquisition system to restore power faster. The SCADA system remotely monitors all of the Cooperative's 11 substations and 1 metering point from the Cooperative's office in Attica, and monitors 81 line devices located throughout the system. This gives the Cooperative the ability to isolate outages and reroute power flows, which reduce the length of outages. In 2015, our line crews replaced 20 miles of aging single-phase line. In 2016, crews will replace 15 to 20 miles of single and three-phase lines, mainly in Crawford County. A vital part of our maintenance plan is pole testing. The Cooperative has about 34,500 poles on its system, and these poles are inspected every 5 years. In 2015, about 9,100 poles were tested in Sandusky, Seneca, Huron, Crawford, and Richland counties, and 56 poles were rejected. All the employees in the operations department play a vital role in providing safe, reliable power at an affordable rate, and we couldn't be more proud of them.
Maintenance is the key to our success. We just received our preliminary consumer satisfaction survey results, and we set a record high. I have to believe one of the primary reasons our satisfaction numbers are where they are is because of an excellent outage record. Congratulations and thank you to our operations department team. Let's give them a hand. Speaking of our survey, in 2015, on a 1 to 10 scale, 70% gave us satisfaction rating of 9 or 10. Statewide, the average for cooperatives is 65%. We received excellent marks for keeping the lengths of outages to a minimum, keeping blinks or momentary outages to a minimum, resolving issues, being easy to reach, and showing dedication and support to our local community. You are our members. You own the cooperative. We have to deliver outstanding service. For the second year in a row, our residential rate rose just 1% in 2015. We're averaging 12.3 cents per kilowatt hour rate. That is spot on with Ohio average, so we're very competitive, and that's after Ohio co-ops invested more than $1 billion with a B dollars in our coal-fired plants, which are considered among the cleanest in the world. We will continue to adjust the monthly service fee each year as we continue to maintain our system. We're also gradually increasing the difference between on-peak and off-peak rates. Right now, the difference is 2.5 cents. We've been adjusting this each January, but our actual cost difference between on-peak and off-peak is somewhere between 3.5 to 4 cents. We're gradually moving toward that spread by stepping up half a penny each year. This is not a rate increase. What happens is your on-peak rate goes up and your off-peak rate goes down. By shifting some of your on-peak use to off-peak hours, gives you the opportunity for you to save money on your electric bill. We refunded $690,000 in these capital credits in 2015, and we are in position to retire a similar amount in 2016. Since 1980, we have refunded nearly $18.3 million to members and former members, and our rates are still competitive. It's part of the value of being a cooperative member. I'm not going to talk about the Clean Power Plan and the stay that was granted from the U.S. Supreme Court. We have Pat O'Loughlin from Buckeye Power and our General Manager, Marcus Bryant, who can handle that task. But I do want to talk about the need to get out and vote this November and encourage you to join our Political Action Committee, Co-op Owners for Political Action. Voting is very important. In 2012 national elections, voter turnout dropped overall, but the decline in rural counties was 18%, twice that of the nation as a whole. I found that number to be astounding. We just can't have that. Locally, the numbers aren't good in our three main counties of Seneca, Crawford, and Wyandotte counties. In Seneca County, the percentage of voters casting ballots in 2012 presidential election versus the 2008 election fell by 10.2%. In Crawford County, there was a decrease of 9.4%. And in Wyandotte County, it fell by 6.6%. All told, the percentage fell 9.3%, or 5,519 fewer people voted in the last presidential election in these three counties. It's not 18%, but 9.3% is not much better. We have to do our part. If you don't vote, you lose the opportunity to communicate your concerns to your leaders, our leaders, about issues that matter to us, where we work, live, and raise our families. Through our national organization, a Co-ops Vote initiative has been launched. Reliable electricity, access to rural broadband, and the quality of our healthcare system are just a few issues we all care about. They only become priorities if enough people show elected officials that they are paying attention. Registering to vote and voting are the most effective ways to send this message. We want to send a resounding message that candidates will need to put our concerns front and center in order to earn our vote. We handed out pledge cards when you registered. If you don't have one, we still have some available. We also want to thank those members who joined Co-op Owners for Political Action. This is our Political Action Committee. It falls under the umbrella of Action Committee for Rural Electrification, or ACRE. All 9 of our board members are ACRE members. Most of them are President Club members. The staff belong to ACRE, and 2 of them are President Club members. Marcus and Pat O'Loughlin are double President Club members. We really appreciate everybody being involved in that. We grew by 8% in 2015 and now have 360 co-op members in the Co-op Owners for Political Action. We're closing in on 5% of our residential members, and that's one of the best member percentages in Ohio and the country. Most of our members pay just $2.08 a month on an electric bill. And if you think about it, those that go out and stop and have a cocktail or go out to eat, that's less than 1 beer a month to be a member. I found it interesting to note that 18 cooperative members are Century Club members. They donate $100 a year, and we thank you. Along with our Director of Administrative Services, Richard Schock, I had the honor of representing North Central Electric last month in Washington, D.C. at the Cooperative's National Legislative Rally. It's critical that we stay involved with Congress. I've said this before, but in the political arena, if we don't have our agenda on the table, we're going to be on the menu. And if our board has anything to say about it, we're not going to let that happen. We all need to be involved. I know there's been several times that I've encouraged people to join co-op owners and whatnot. And some of them say, well, we've got you trustees. You represent us. That's true. But there's only 9 of us. There's 9 of us. We have 9,500 members, okay? And say there's 2 members in each household, that's 19,000 votes. Numbers count. 19,000 votes is a lot more than 9. So that's right. It's really important that we all be involved. I want to thank everybody today for attending Family Fun Day and the annual meeting. We welcome your input. We're committed to providing you with outstanding electric service. If you have any questions or concerns, let us know. As a cooperative, we have a unique business model that has worked well for 80 years. It works best when we hear from you, our members.